Guys, what should we do for our science project?
I think we can set an experiment where we test the validity of the Lorentz vector by using time dilation.
But there are lots of work about this topic. Wouldn't it be better if we study it on something that hasn't been worked on too much and also applicable to real life?
Guys, I've just got some bad news. An earthquake just hit the near town of Gaziantep.
I think we should take a break then.
I think we should come
We have to do something, but what can it be? The main reason of these death toll was the lack of strength in buildings, but how can we prevent them? Maybe we could do a test for these columns using particles. Yeah, that's it. That's a good idea. Guys, I found it.
Oh, what did you find?
We could use muon tomography to detect the concentrations of rebars in columns. It could be used for preventing future catastrophes.
But that sounds plausible, I think.
Oh, yes, I've seen a similar study before, and they used two detectors before and after the concrete sample, and this way they mapped the metal rebars inside of it. This may give us a good idea about the sturdiness of the concretes, and I think this is doable. We can use, yes, these MRPC detectors for this job. Even though they are generally used for finding its speeds, it also has a good spatial resolution, and we can use that property of it too. Yes, this is possible. Let me show you on the board. So we will put our first MRPC detector here and the second here, and in between we will put a concrete sample. So we will use the muons. We will find muons trajection using these detectors, and then in this block, when there's rebars, it will be bent, and by using this angle, we can find the positions of these rebars. And the main idea behind the muon tomography is this. It is simple but effective.
Alright, but momentum of muons are hard to estimate, so what can we do about that?
For that, we can use a known sample of block. For example, we can use a metal block, and we already know its measurements, so by finding the difference between the angle that we predicted and the angle we actually measure, we can find a calibration factor, and by using this factor we can calibrate the unknown factor of muons.
And finally, such natural disaster led us to devise this project, and we would like to dedicate our work to people who lost their life during the shocking earthquake in Turkey.